Okay, for real, you cannot tell me that's not beautiful. Ooh, another day, another dollar. Nothing like being on that grind and getting that overtime. I had intentions of working 10 hours, then I could get off, go do what I've really been needing to do, and that's retrieving my limb lines. And the boss text, who wants to stay 12? I kindly obliged. And I'm actually kind of glad I did, because Mother Nature unleashed yet again some more of her floods, which I'm assuming brought the river back up in a big rage. I mean, I saw ditches that were raging more than a class 5 river. Amazing. My boots finally dried up, and I was not going to let her get to my nice dry boots, and I switched out for the mucks. And as soon as I put them on, it stopped raining. You know, it's days like today where I work 12 hours. The sun is down. I can't go check the trail camera right now, even though I got one more day to do that. Maybe I'll get off in 10 hours tomorrow and I'll go check the trail camera. I can't hunt, clearly. Can't fish. I already told you the reason why I can't go check my limb lines, or not check my limb lines, but retrieve my limb lines. So, got it. I just vlogged for the past 10 minutes and went to replay before I edited it and realized I had the camera facing the wrong direction. By the way, I'm using my smartphone, and I didn't have the right side of the camera facing. Without further ado, so let's rewind back to yesterday's vlog. On our way home, I was sitting there thinking about things that I wasn't able to do to prepare myself for this deer season, and thankfully I have a good mindset of what I need to do to try to get ahead of the game. And of course, like days like today, the only thing I could do is do my chores and stare at a camera and hope to God that somebody's listening to me on the other side. We're going home, got the thoughts going, and then I had a moment where I was like, oh my gosh. I am missing one tool out of my pack. One thing that is the most important to use as a hunter, and I haven't even taken the time to go find it. So I'm sitting there driving, and I finally see what I was looking for. And came upon this field, okay? Now this field is not my field. I don't know whose field it is. So I went ahead and I trespassed to go for what I was going for. I'm kidding. You don't want to do that. Don't ever do that. It will get you shot. It was up for auction. I just went ahead and observed the property before making the appropriate phone calls to let somebody know I was interested. After walking around the edge of the property, I realized I wasn't interested. So now that we got that out of the way, milkweed. Woo! If you are a hunter and you do not know what milkweed is, you might want to go ahead and do your Googles. The reason being is because this is one of the most important tools that you could put in your hunter's pack. All right, let's make this a little bit more simplified for you. Checking the wind is the most important thing to do while hunting. If you don't hunt with the wind, you're more than likely not gonna be successful. And if you are successful and you're like, I don't ever check the wind, then you're getting really lucky. So you might wanna start checking the wind before you got those 3 horrible years and you're scratching your head, oh, well, they were here last year. Let's get on the, anyways, milkweed. You don't have to use milkweed. I've heard of people using cotton balls, plants like this that I don't know the name of, so I guess I should have done my research on that, but there's other plants that have the same substance as milkweed and do the exact same thing. The only thing you have to do is make sure the stuff stays dry. Now, if you're one of those, like myself, that uses a wind checker in the dust form in the bottle, then so be it. But you're not gonna get the absolute effect of where your scent is going, which is why we use the milkweed, and it allows you to approach the property or go in the right direction or even set your tree stand up or know where and when you need to shoot that deer when it does approach your tree stand or wherever you're hiding out at. The reason why I'm saying this, you ever had those moments where you were in a tree stand? Let's just use that for an example. The deer comes up, whatever shooting range is, and it literally looks like you hit a brick wall, freaks the hell out, and just darts off, and you never see that deer for the rest of the day. More than likely it picked up your scent. Well, how? When I came in, it was going west or north or whatever the hell the wind is in your area is going, and when I was in the tree stand, it's still going in the right direction. That doesn't mean anything. Just because the wind's going in this direction doesn't mean your scent's going in that direction fully. You know, sometimes the wind cuts across buildings and trees and everything, and before you know it's getting knocked around and swirled down to the ground and everything. That's what you gotta keep in mind. And I don't know the proper scientific terms. I don't care. The whole thing is that I care about where my scent's going. I don't need to know the scientific effect of it. I don't need to know the scientific terms. All I know is this right here, or any plant out there that has the same interior, the same substance, the same effect as the milkweed, you may want to start using it. I would put up a picture, by the way, but after going on Google and trying to find a milkweed picture that was appropriate for this vlog, all of them at the bottom said images may be copyrighted. So now what you need to do is learn the different stages of the plants and when it's best in your area to go harvest this plant. Here in my area, the best time to harvest it is at early deer season. Now, this is the pod. This is about as early as you want to go. It's still a little bit green, and it's still got, you know, it's got that I'm about to be ready to harvest look to it. Now, just pick it off, bud and all, put it to the side for later on, and it will dry out, and you'll be able to crack it open. Now, once the best ones to grab, in my opinion, for ready to use is when they start cracking open like this, or they are dried up and ready to go for you to crack open on your own. Inside is a bunch of uniform seeds. At the end of the seeds, you're gonna get this. How is that supposed to carry my scent perfectly? Now, let's look at it. Once you move this around, well, not move it around, the seed will come off. You can either keep the seed on, depending on how you wanna use it, or what I like doing is pulling off the seed, open it up. If you know anything about fly fishing, you're just gonna go ahead, create yourself a little, hell, I don't know anything about fly fishing. I'm talking. But just go ahead and flow out that little seedling thingy silk end right there. That will carry exactly where your scent is going. Number 1, scouting. Number 2, find a good parking area where you're not gonna get stuck. Number 3, before you enter that property, check the wind. Not just with your duster. Now, I use the duster every single time I hunt, but it's not the best way to read the wind and where your scent's going. It's a good idea of where you should approach the property. Once you approach the property, you might want to drop a couple of these things and follow them and make sure that you're approaching the property at the right angle for you to continue your hunt. And that doesn't mean you're always going to be at that right angle. You need to check throughout your hunt, especially if you got a little bit hard to read wind. Like, you already know the wind's blowing, but once you get in that tree, you feel the wind changing different directions. Well, drop one of these things in and see where that scent is now going. That way you know when that deer's approaching you, you know where that brick wall's at, and you're not gonna go ahead and miss an opportunity on putting some meat on the table. Milkweed, great tool. You need to go find it. If not, find something with the same substance as milkweed. Find something that will not dissipate in a second and a half, and you'll be able to read your scent trail a little bit better.